Hi, and welcome to another Monday Moment. Today, I want to go through some of the basic steps that we use when we look for a property we find that property, uh, and now we're ready to make an offer. So, first of all, we're looking for property generally that's going to look like we're going to be able to add value to it. So, value add may be a big part of what we will look at and put together in our calculations. And by value add, I mean we can improve the property, we can upgrade the individual apartments, we can upgrade the complex in general, which leads to being able to charge more rents that are more in line with the market in the area. So, we want to do this so that we make sure that we give our investors a great return, and it improves our overall cash flow over a period of time. In addition, what we're looking for is property that we can increase the value on over a period of time, whether it's 5 years or 7 years. That appreciation can lead to being able to sell the property for a lot more money than what we bought it for, which in turn gives our investors a greater return on their money. So now let's say we have found property that complies with or meets our overall requirements. We will put together what's called a letter of intent. That letter of intent will outline what the purchase price is, the financing structure, and earnest money that we're willing to come up with as a deposit. That purchase price is going to be geared off of some calculations that we put together on some pretty elaborate spreadsheets, and we don't use just one. We'll use multiple spreadsheets to make sure that they're all within the same range for purchase price. Then we will go out, put the letter of intent together, and make that offer through the letter of intent before we even get into a purchase and sale agreement. So the letter of intent is going to say, here's what we're offering to you, X amount of dollars. Here's what we're willing to come up with as far as an earnest money deposit, which is often in the 1% range of the purchase price. Here's what we will look for as far as financing goes. We'll put down 25% of the purchase price, and here are certain things that we will have to require within our financing structure to make this deal go. Now, it also in the letter of intent, we're going to outline when our earnest money can be lost. In other words, that earnest money is on deposit with an escrow agent and will stay on deposit until there is some kind of final determination of us either, yeah, we're going to go through with this purchase and sale agreement, and that deposit is now going to become part of the money that we come up with as down payment, or no, we can't comply with the purchase and sale agreement, which is our binding contract, and we've just lost our deposit. So most of the time you're going to find a letter of intent is not a binding contract, but it's an outline of what you want to include in your purchase and sale agreement. All of this is determined by things we put within the contract so that we lay out timing of everything. We have a schedule of items that we need to get from the seller and the seller's broker, if the seller is using a broker. Generally, once we get the documentation that we've requested, the clock will start ticking on almost everything. Okay, so which means, hey, when do we lose our deposit if we don't comply with the agreement? How much time do we have to say, hey, this isn't what we thought it was, we're going to kill the deal, we want our deposit back? So all of these things are laid out in the letter of intent. So it's a timing issue. You may have 30 days from the execution date to do your due diligence. You may have 60 days to come up with the financing, the solid financing of the purchase price, and then you want to have the purchase and sale agreement closing date within a certain period of time as well. And most of the time, it's pretty regimented on letters of intent. Um, it's going to be 30, 45, 60, 90 days to the end of different aspects of what you're looking for. So you're going to lay out in a letter of intent the purchase price, the financing structure, your deposit money, and when you lose that deposit money, or when and how you can get it back, the timing and the length of the due diligence period where you're doing your legal, financial, and physical due diligence, the schedule within the purchase and sale agreement. So remember, now we're talking about the letter of intent. You want to have the closing schedule within the letter of intent, and that attachment to that letter of intent, which will identify information and the documents that you will need in order to move forward. I will talk to you next week, if not sooner. Thanks for watching.